Welcome to the Daily Quote, a podcast designed to kickstart your day in a positive way. I'm your host, Andrew McGivern, and today is September 16th. It is International Day for the Preservation of the Ozone Layer. Yes, we're talking about that crucial layer of the atmosphere that protects us from the sun's harmful rays. It's like the Earth's very own invisible superhero, shielding us from sunburns, skin cancer, and to be honest, a future where every trip outside feels like standing too close to a microwave. The reality is, without the ozone layer, life on Earth would not be possible. When scientists discovered the hole in the ozone layer back in the 70s, they figured out that the cause was CFCs. And that led to the Montreal Protocol, which banned the use of CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons, and HCFCs, hydrochlorofluorocarbons. And that basically saved the planet. In honor of our ozone-saving efforts, I've got a quote from one of the greatest comedians of all time, Steve Martin, who may have helped save the ozone layer with these wise words. Steve Martin once said, "Do you ever wonder where all the farts go?" Now you might be thinking, Andrew, what on earth does this quote have to do with the ozone layer? Well, I'm getting to that, because that is only the first sentence in one of his genius jokes. He goes on to say that all the farts go up into the atmosphere, and they form the fart zone. It's right above the ozone layer, which is why we must protect the ozone layer. Because if anything happens to the ozone, all the farts will fall back down to Earth and not on their original owners. That would be disgusting. This isn't your typical environmental public service announcement, but Steve was onto something here. If the ozone layer wasn't protected, the world would be a smellier place. Of course, it was just a joke, and thankfully the fart zone doesn't exist. But the reality is almost as bad. The good news is we discovered a serious problem and took action to solve it, which means we can do the same again with other threats that we discover. So on this International Day for the Preservation of the Ozone Layer, think about how you can do your part. These days we don't think as much about the hole in the ozone layer because we have got control over the cause of the problem. Nowadays, we're more worried about excess carbon in the atmosphere, causing climate change. Maybe today, we could use a little less energy, walk instead of drive, or take public transit. That's all I've got for today. Thanks for tuning in today on The Daily Quote. I'm Andrew McGivern signing off, and who knows, maybe there really is a fart zone. So stay mindful of your emissions, both big and small, and take care of the air that we all share.
Do you ever wonder where all the farts go? Well, I'll tell you. They go up into the atmosphere, and they form the fart zone. It's right above the ozone layer, and this is why we have to protect the ozone layer. See, if anything happens to the ozone, then the farts fall back to Earth and not on their original owners.
And I'll see you again tomorrow for another Daily Quote.